touch the bottom.
The story begins with a girl named Wendy who is going to go to boarding school tomorrow. Wendy has two younger brothers named John and Michael. These three siblings grew up listening to Peter Pan stories. Wendy is preparing to go to boarding school when she sees her two brothers fencing and starts playing with them. But while playing, he breaks a glass. Just then her father also comes there and starts scolding Wendy for such a stupid act because she has grown up. In such a situation, Wendy's heart breaks because her father is very strict. She didn't want to go to boarding school. Her mother explains to her that now that she has grown up, she cannot remain small forever. One day or the other, everyone has to grow up, has to take care of responsibilities. But Wendy doesn't want a life of responsibility like her mom's. Rather, she wants to do adventure. While sleeping at night, she asks for a wish that there should be a place in this world where she can live her life as per her wish. After Wendy falls asleep, a fairy from Neverland named Tinker Bell arrives. Where Peter Pan lives, she tries to lull Wendy to sleep with her magic. But then John captures the angel, waking up Wendy and Michael. All three are trying to understand that fairy when Peter Pan comes there. Peter Pan tells them that it is a fairy. All three of them could not believe that the one whom they had seen only in stories is standing in front of them today. Peter came to take Wendy away because he was watching her from Neverland that Wendy is not happy here. And she doesn't even want to grow up. That's why he will take her to Neverland so that Wendy never has to grow up. But before that, Peter must catch up with his shadow, which has eluded him. She is making upheavals here and there in the same room. After a lot of hard work, he catches him. And now these three siblings get ready to go to Neverland with Peter. He had to fly to Neverland, and he did not know how to fly. That's why the magic fairy teaches them to fly with her magic. And now they go around the whole city before going to Neverland, which they enjoy a lot. And now Peter starts taking them to Neverland through a secret route. Inside there was a wall of water, inside which you reach Neverland, which was a wonderful magical world. There was also a pirate ship here. These people were very annoyed with Peter Pan. And seeing him flying, a pirate tells his captain that Peter Pan has come here. As soon as Peter Pan's name is mentioned, in a fit of rage, the captain shoots at his own man. Because he hates Peter Pan so much that he doesn't even like to hear his name. Because during a subsequent fight, Peter Pan had cut off his hand and fed it to a crocodile. And since then, Captain wanted to kill Peter Pan. Now in such a situation, these captains along with their comrades start attacking them. But Peter Pan gets everyone safely to the top of a mountain. Here, Peter Pan tells them that Captain is my biggest enemy. Now before they could plan anything, they fall far away from Captain's bomb. After this, we see Wendy, who was all alone. Her other companions were not with her. Her magic had also ended, due to which she could not even fly. Wendy starts frantically searching for her brothers there. When Wendy despairs of finding them, the Lost Boys arrive. He is the companion of Peter Pan. Actually, Peter Pan had gone to tell them that he was going to pick up Wendy. Just then, a friend of Peter's uses binoculars to discover that Wendy's brother is with the robbers. But when Wendy looks through binoculars, she doesn't see anything. He tells her to see through the eyes of Vishwas, after which Wendy starts seeing the ship, who were taking his brothers out on a small boat. After this, Captain's partner, Smith, brings them on the ship. They are told some rules that they should not take Peter Pan's name even by mistake. Then both of them deliberately start taking Peter's name. In such a situation, Captain's blood boils. Now he wants to punish these children, so that Peter Pan has to come to save them. He tells his companions that they will have to sacrifice these children. Hearing this, all the robbers get excited. The Lost Boys also knew about this, which leaves Wendy in a lot of trouble. But the Lost Boys assure her that they will not let anything happen to her brothers. On the other side of the island, the captain ties Wendy's brothers to a stone, where a big, dreaded crocodile will come and eat them. Now Wendy and the Lost Boys are thinking of how to save Michael and John. That's when the captain starts suspecting one of his fellow robbers. And that suspicion was right, because it was Peter Pan as a robber. Now coming in his true form, Peter Pan starts fighting with everyone. And one by one, he makes everyone fall into the water. After which there is a fight between Peter and Captain. Peter gets distracted while fighting with Captain and taking advantage of this. Captain attacks his shadow. Due to which Peter Pan falls down, now the Captain is about to kill him. That's why Wendy shouts to him that he cannot kill her. Captain asks, "Who are you? Never seen you before." Wendy says, "I have come from London." While talking to Wendy, the Captain came and stood on top of the crocodile. Just then the crocodile opens its mouth to eat the Captain, but the Captain barely escapes from it, and comes out of that cave with his companions. Now Peter Pan tells his companions with great confidence that only I can defeat the Captain. Hearing this, Wendy slaps Peter Pan hard, saying that you had put everyone's life in danger. You are such a stupid boy." As soon as she says this, she starts going to Peter Pan's house with his friends. On the way, Peter Pan's friend Tiger Lily says that Peter Pan is not what you think he is. He has saved all the children by risking his life. He brought all the children who wanted to come to Neverland, like he fulfilled your wish. After this, Wendy moves to a beautiful house, where she asks a kid how he got here. He tells that Peter Pan has brought us here. He is very good. He has taken good care of us. At night, all the children sit together. Wendy asks him if he ever misses his parents. Most of them have forgotten their past, so they all ask Wendy to be their mother. Wendy says that I can't stay here for long, but still she sings them the lullabies that her mother used to tell them, hearing which all the children fall asleep. But the captain standing far away hears his voice. Wendy then asks Tinker Bell why the captain and Peter Pan are always fighting. To answer this question, she leads him to Peter Pan's door, where he sees James's name on his door. When she goes to his room, Peter has left when he hears Wendy's voice, but Wendy finds him. Wendy asks him who is James. Peter Pan says that James is the captain, who was my best friend. We had a fight and James left me. But later when he came, he was not the old James. He had changed. Since then, the quarrel has been going on between us. Wendy asks him to end this fight, but Peter tells Wendy to leave. On going downstairs, Wendy sees that the captain has also reached there, where they capture all the lost boys and Wendy. Now the captain starts going to Peter Pan's room to kill him. The captain would have wounded Peter and thrown him down. Everyone is saddened to see Peter dead in front of them. While celebrating his victory, Captain takes all the children away. Meanwhile, Peter Pan's shadow reaches out to Tiger Lily for help. Seeing this, Tiger Lily realizes that Peter Pan must be in trouble, so she immediately leaves to help him. Meanwhile, Wendy tries to get to know the story of the captain by telling him his real name, James. How did he become the enemy of his best friend Peter Pan? Which also refreshes the memories of James. He tells that he never wanted to leave Neverland, but because of Peter's behavior, I had to take this decision. I miss my mother, but Peter Pan never tried to understand me. So I went to find my mother, but I could not find my mother. And when I went back to Peter, he refused to recognize me. This leaves James heartbroken, who is later adopted by the pirates. James's story convinces Wendy that they can be friends again, but Captain Peter was so angry with Penn that he used to think about revenge all the time. Due to this anger, he orders his robber companions to kill all the children. But Wendy couldn't bear to see this happening in front of her. That's why she decides to sacrifice herself. Wendy tells him not to kill the children, but to keep them with him. When the children grow up, they will also become robbers, and in return, he should take Wendy's life. The captain agrees to the deal. Meanwhile, Tiger Lily brings Peter Pan back to his senses by dressing him up. Here, Captain was preparing to kill Wendy, where everyone was looking at him sadly. They tell Wendy to jump into the sea. But before jumping into the water, Wendy closes her eyes and thinks that she wishes she could go home. He doesn't want to be here anymore. He has to grow up. And all these things were done by Wendy from the heart, which Tinker Bell would have overheard. Tinker Bell falls down from Smith's hand, so that Wendy is free from here. Wendy now jumps into the water, much to the delight of the captain. But her happiness is short-lived because there is no sound of Wendy falling into the water. The captain goes ahead to see Wendy, but by then, Tinker Bell has cast a spell on the whole ship, due to which Wendy appears in front of the flying captain. She takes the ship into the air with the help of Tinker Bell. Then Peter Pan also comes here with Tiger Lily, and now begins the iconic fight of this film, where Peter Pan and Captain are face to face. Wendy also teams up with the Lost Boys to fight the pirates. There is chaos everywhere on the ship, and in this chaos, the steering of the ship gets twisted, due to which the ship is about to hit the mountain, but Wendy's brothers turn the steering and the ship is saved from destruction. Peter Pan and the captain fight their way inside the ship. Then Wendy tells the Lost Boys and her brothers to catch something, and she turns the ship upside down, causing all the robbers to fall underwater. The captain is about to fall down when Peter Pan catches him and apologizes for his mistake and extends hand for friendship. But the captain hated Peter Pan so much that he did not want to be friends with him. That's why in the end, accepting his defeat, the captain falls into the water. Wendy then tells all the Lost Boys to go back home, and she herself also wants to go home. Following Wendy's advice, the ship is turned towards the city of London. Now all the children had come to Wendy's house. Wendy's mother is woken up by the children's noises. Wendy hugs her mother and says that what you said was absolutely true. I want to grow up now. I want to fulfill the dreams you have made for me. Then his father also comes, who sees that there were many orphans there, Considering them to be their mother and father, they start calling them mother and father. Seeing so much love, his heart also melts, due to which he accepts these children. Wendy goes up on the roof to meet Peter Pan. Peter Pan says that once upon a time this used to be my home. But I didn't want to grow up, so I left this house. Peter Pan also shows Wendy his name written there. Wendy tells him that you can live with us and grow up. But Peter Pan didn't want to grow up. He wanted to remain a little kid, so he goes to Neverland with Tinker Bell. But the story doesn't end here. We see that the captain survived, who is watching Peter Pan with great joy after hearing the sound of his flying ship. And with this story would have ended.